All right, guys, as promised, let's go ahead and go through the setup on the TradingView indicators that I use. I've had a lot of people ask about this because, just for full transparency, with Quant Crawler, the GPT bot that I've used to take accounts from basic nothing to funded on TopStep and Apex, I have some indicators on my charts that I don't think it's taking into account, but just to be 100% certain, I want to be transparent with the indicators I use in case you want to use Quant Crawler as well and you want to have the same indicators I have. These also work really well just for simple day trading and however you operate. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm actually in this trade right now. This is Monday morning, November 3rd at 8:20. So I figured while I'm sitting here watching this and trailing my stop loss, which is now essentially a stop profit up, might as well make this video so you guys can see the indicators. So first, these are all of the ones that I have favorited, and you can see I am a massive LuxAlgo fan. I just think that they make the best indicators. May be better out there. If you know of some that are better than any of these you see on here, please leave them in the comments. I just want to help people grow. I want to grow. I want to get better at this stuff. So if you see something that you think I could benefit from, please tell me. For the most part, all chart patterns. This is TradingView thing. Like you click this here, it's going to give you all of the actual patterns. When I first started trading, I would have this on because I would want to, like, I knew nothing about trading. So I wanted to be able to see, like, go left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Then there's going to be a wedge. What's a falling wedge? What's a bullish pennant? What's a bearish pennant? What does that look like on a chart? Just to like, and visually be able to document it. Having that had that on for a long time. I don't run it anymore because now it just clutters up my screen too much. I don't enjoy it. So I do have it because every once in a while I'll turn it on. I'll be like, oh, that looks like a falling wedge, and I'll just verify that I'm right. So you can put that one on. But then the fair value gap, I have that one running all the time as well. That's right here. I'll show you the settings I have for it. Didn't change anything outside of what LuxAlgo did. A couple of these I've changed the settings, but this one specifically, I just have it on because all this is doing is identifying these green areas, these red areas. These are fair value gaps that are presented. Now, let me explain to you what a fair value gap is too. If you don't want to run this indicator, how you would identify it yourself. So if you were to, let's just take this one right here because it's fairly isolated. You see here, there's the top wick and the bottom wick, and then a new candle starts, top wick, bottom wick, and then there's a new candle here. This is the top wick. So a fair value gap is presented over 3 candles. And essentially is what it is. The bottom of this wick right here into the new candle. So right here, where the line is, where this box is, oops. And then again, right here, exactly where the box is, you can see the top wick and the bottom wick create a gap. And it's bearish in a red candle, so this is a bearish fair value gap. Essentially, there's liquidity sitting right here because it was such a big drop. And you can see this morning on ES, it was just a tank. Value gaps everywhere. So anyways, I'll have some presented on the other side as well. So that's what the fair value gap is. It's basically taking 3 candles and identifying bottom wick, and if there's a gap in the middle of that third candle, the one in the middle, that creates the fair value gap. Okay, enough, Aaron. Move on. Don't talk about fair value gaps all day. I love fair value gaps. Key levels right here. So this one is one that I do change. So the key levels, I'll show you the settings. When you come in here, there's going to be other boxes checked. How I use this indicator is I uncheck everything and I click opening range and 5, meaning I want the 5-minute opening range candle. You could put 1 minute, you could put 30, 15, whatever opening range you want to see, whatever number you put right here, it's going to auto track this part right here, opening range low. This is the first 5-minute candle. This is the opening range for that 5 minutes. If I put it at 15, it'll update. Let's just give it a second. So you can see here, the 15-minute is massive. It's a huge candle today. Points like, oh gosh, dang. That's like a 28-point 15-minute opening range candle. If you were trading the 15-minute today, you would not trade this if I was going off the 15-minute. This is massive. But I use the 5-minute. So you change that, uncheck all these boxes, check this 5-minute, And then scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can set your time zone. So I actually have 3 of these key levels marked for each zone. So I have, or session, excuse me. So I have the New York session right here, which I have active. And then later today, I'll put on the Asia session key levels. And then I don't ever trade London because I'm always in bed. Pacific time for me. So when that opens at like 11:30, I'm not up at that time trading because I'm getting ready for New York session in the morning. But I have the indicator, and an off chance I can't sleep and I'm thinking about trading, I log in. So this will set your 5-minute candle right at New York open. I also have this one right here, the opening range with breakouts and targets, but I don't run this one too much anymore because to me it's overwhelming. It gives me too much info. Like let me take all of these, let me just hide these so you can see them. So on this one, it's giving me the opening range break. It's giving me the 15-minute. It's telling me there's a red arrow here, go in. There's all these other little levels right here that I don't really pay too much attention to. I believe they're previous highs and lows. You could use this one. I started with this one and then I found all these others, but this is kind of a one. You would have to customize your levels here of what you want to see. Like you can, again, set this to the 5-minute. You can set your custom range. It'll show your breakout signals, but you have to kind of trust this. And I just like my strategy. So I don't use this one too much, but I guess in a pinch, you could turn it on. This one I enjoy a lot. It's the previous high and low, and you do have to change a setting in here because it auto defaults to the previous high and low for the last 4 days. So when you come in here, this number will be 4. I change it to 1 just because I just care about the day prior. I don't need to see 4, 5, 6 days back, but if you wanted to, you could. And it's how it looks on the chart. When you see these is right here, this 1, this is the low for Friday. And then up here, this is the high for Friday. So if you wanted to work off of resistance levels off previous day highs and lows, like if this were up here, well, let's use this as an example. If this would have ticked all the way down to this previous day low, I would have immediately done a long right here because the people from Friday who are in here are either going to have their take profits or their stop losses right here. And this line is most likely going to get defended. It's going to ping right here and immediately bounce back. And then it's probably going to chop and it'll either go up or eventually it will break. But if I were to come like right here and I set a long and my stop loss is below this resistance line, it'll most likely ping and I hopefully catch the rebound, or it's just going to chop, it'll break below, it'll hit my stop loss and I would lose. But most of the time these get defended pretty well. And again, that would be the same thing with the high. I would set a short with my my stop loss just a little bit outside in case it pings really close. But again, even on previous day highs and lows, you typically see them get defended. It doesn't happen all the time, but if this were to reverse and go ping ping hit here, would hopefully break down and sellers would step in to defend the previous highs. And then this one is the last one I have, which is just support and resistance levels over a certain time frame. So when you come in here, I didn't change any settings in this one because it's pretty standard. There's really here to do, but it does mark when there's big bearish or bullish candles and big bearish candles as well. But it just gives you in a certain time zone or a time period, it will tell you this level is being defended. So it gives you more. Instead of previous day highs and lows of where there may be fences, it's giving you in clusters this line based on what it's seeing is being defended. So you can see here these it immediately came down. So this is a line that is being defended. If it breaks that, there may be another one here, but this may just kind of be and then if we broke above here, we would be cruising at that point. So these are the I use. This is how I have them set up. The only ones I really change any settings on are the key levels and the support and resistance. Everything else pretty much stays the same. And those are the indicators that I have on. The other item that people do ask that I forgot about is I have this VWAP session on here. Those are not technically indicators. They're down here in technicals, and you just go, you can volume, and you can put volume. That'll give you this one right here. And then you could just do VWAP, and it will give you the volume weighted average price. And you can see it immediately adds a second one of these that I have right here. So that is not in the indicators tab. That is down here in the built-in technicals.